Oh, that pop. Oh, you know it's going to be good when you hear that pop. Got my trash back there to throw in the dumpster at work. Well, I don't fill my trash can up at home, guys. You got to be smart. I'm not sitting in the Jeep. I'm sitting at work. And today's video is going to be about sound deadener. And speaking of sound deadener, I want to give a shout out to Daniel Marlowe, if he's on here. I think he follows me on face page or Facebook, or you want to call it, you know, face space. But the dude sent me some rollers because he didn't like me using a can of beans. Then I want to give a shout out to Justin Shockley, Key8. I think that might be how you pronounce it, man. I'm probably wrong. Key8 Riggs, Paul Williamson, and Brian ZX6R for being subscribers on Patreon. Hey, I've only got 4, but you got to start somewhere, guys. And I'm happy to have them. Makes me feel good. It makes me feel accomplished. So we're going to roll on today's video. Sorry for the interruption. Wanted to give them guys shout outs. And, you know, I really could use some like PL3X and heavy duty. If everybody sends me one tube, I'd have my stuff completed like a lot quick. Yeah, whatever. Everybody have a great day. Let's get this video rolling. And we're going to do a video today talking about deadener. Just because, well, I've got a lot of questions about deadener, and some guys have even commented, I don't use deadener. And, you know, honestly, in a big wall build, for the most part, it ain't going to do a whole lot, especially when you do the wood on the roof and you do it properly. Deadener's just kind of a waste. You know, the guys, you guys that watch my videos a lot, you know why I put that up there, and that was the cheap old butyl deadener. Because all them cracks, I wanted to seal them up in case it rained this week. And it's just an extra barrier up there that's like waterproofing it. I can throw my wood and everything right over that and be golden. But let's talk about where I'm going to need deadener at in that old Jeep. You know, in addition to the old Jeep Cherokee doing its own weight reduction, I'm talking about holes. I got some holes in the floor pan, I'm not going to lie. You know, I got a fiberglass over them. And there's some cracks in the floor also, which thank God them Jeeps, they're made pretty good. They don't crack as bad as a lot of other newer vehicles, but except for that roof. Anyway, like I said, I have some Vibraflex, and I'm definitely going to do all the floors and everything that I can pretty much get to with that Vibraflex. In case you're wondering what the difference in deadener is, you have your cheap deadener, you know, different thicknesses. That is just butyl. It's just a rubber that stays flexible. It don't do a whole lot. You know, it will make the panel more dense and help a little bit, but you want strength, you know, because that stuff, it's going to stay pretty flexible. And you don't really have to put it on with a heat gun. It does help, and it definitely helps if you like clean the panel really good that it's going on, and maybe even give it a light sand to scuff it up, you know, and clean it and put it on. But it definitely helps with adding a little heat to it. Now, on a hot day, you can just lay it out in the sun and bam, it's good to go. But that's what your butyl deadener does. And like I said, it comes in multiple thicknesses. But now Vibraflex and Defbon's Rigid, and actually Vibraflex has been like Sundown sells it as their own deadener. And there might be a couple other companies that buy Vibraflex, have their own logo put on it and sell it. I'm pretty sure it's all the same stuff made by the same company. But, except for the Defbon's Rigid. I think that's totally different, but it's pretty much same thing. That stuff you got to heat with a torch. Like, you need to get it nice and hot with a torch, and you need to put it on and roll it out. And that's where a lot of people are saying the can of beans come in really handy. Because, you know, you get that stuff, it's, well, that zoomed in quick, didn't it, guys? It's like that thick. I mean, it is a really thick deadener. And it don't really flex a whole lot at all. Like, I've got pieces of it at home that, you know, I pick up the whole stack, and sometimes it'll just crack. It's okay, it'll go back together. You heat it with a torch, it'll go right back together. But after that stuff like cures or hardens back up from when you heat it really hot, it turns into something the equivalent of like concrete. Like it gets hard as a rock and it ain't going nowhere. That is going to be perfect for my floors. Especially, you know, if you do compete and run through the lanes. You know, if they look in your floor and see wood, which I've had wood in there, but it's all coming out. That could throw you in different classes if you're trying to keep a stock cabin. But if you throw some more Vibraflex on the floor, you're still legal because it's just deadener. So that's where it really has a benefit. And if you layer it up, like do 2 layers thick, oh man, it's going to be nasty. Your floor will be like really, really hard. That Vibraflex is some really good stuff. But that stuff you need to heat with a torch and put it on. Unless you're on a really hot summer day out in the blazing sun, you can throw it out there and wait a good hour and it's going to be too hot to touch. You're going to need welding gloves and it's going to go on pretty good. I've seen people do that before. But the old torch generally works best. So, with me personally, if I wasn't trying to seal up areas that were already cracked, I would definitely lean toward Vibraflex in any situation doing a build. Because guys, you know you're all going to upgrade. You know, there's no need to really, you know, cheap out on deadener out the gate and put the butyl stuff down in areas that really need good protection. Because, you know, in a year or two, you're going to be like, you know, okay, I upgraded from that Smart 3 till I got like 2 8Ks now and 4 15s, you know, instead of the 10s that I started with. And you're going to start breaking crap in your car and the butyl deadener ain't going to cut it. You know, you're going to be at the point where if you would have Vibraflexed it, you'd still be golden. So think about this out the gate, because I try to tell people a lot of times when they're designing their first decent little system, I'm like, you might as well design everything like your power wire runs through the car and everything. You need to go ahead and take care of that now. That way you can upgrade down the road. You know, that way you already got the power done. So deadener, I would do the same thing. I was an idiot when I built that Jeep because, like I said, the wall ended here and I didn't do anything to that roof in front of it. Actually, when I got the wall done, it was just bare metal right there. And as soon as I turned it on, it started flopping like this. So, you know, that had me scrambling to do something and nothing I did ever truly worked. I did the steel framework up here and that just put all the damage like directly at the front of the roof by the windshield. And that's just all things I'm fighting now from, you know, half-assing it out the gate. But we live and we learn, guys. That's what we're all here for. Is we're learning what we're doing. And like I said, sound deadener has a place in everything. A lot of guys are like, I don't longer, can't even talk this morning. I no longer use deadener. Well, like I said, the Vibraflex on my floor pans, they definitely have a place. The butyl deadener to seal them cracks and stuff up there, that definitely had a place. And luckily I had a crap load of it. Especially the Def Bonch, because when I ordered the Def Bonch, I didn't know I needed what's called the Def Bonch Rigid, which is what really gets rock hard when you heat it with a torch. That's what I was aiming for. I didn't know when I ordered it. And we got a dump truck. First time I ever seen a dump truck with a political ad on it. It literally said, like, vote for somebody on the side. Oh, Lord. But anyway, yeah, deadener definitely has a place. Like, this thing here, this old Jeep ain't that loud, but this light, it vibrates and rattles like crazy when I turn it up. I mean, you can hear that. So, I really need to pull this light down, maybe the headliner, and deaden this whole area. You know, since I don't plan on this thing getting much louder at all, some of the old butyl deadener would probably work great up there to keep that rattle at bay. I've needed to do that for 6 months and just ain't done it. Pretty much like everything else. So, yeah, deadener comes in different thicknesses. And like I said, there's 2 different types. There's butyl. There's whatever the heck Vibraflex is made out of. We're just going to call that like deadener metal. I don't know. Because it does get really hard. It is probably, it is the top of the line when it comes to deadener. It takes more work to put it on. It's more expensive because it's way thicker. But the end result of it is a lot better than your butyl deadener. And I know Kill Mat is like really popular because it's cheap on Amazon. But, you know, that stuff, even compared, like the Kill Mat 80 that I bought way back in the day, it literally takes like 3 of those stacked up, and it's supposed to be 80 mil, to equal the thickness of 1 sheet of the Def Bonch deadener I put on the Jeep roof. I can't remember what the Def Bonch deadener was rated at, but Lord knows. But anyway, you know, usually, a lot of times with deadener, you get what you pay for. The Kill Mat is really thin. It's supposed to be 80 mil. I don't know. But butyl deadener is butyl deadener at the end of the day. You know, I've got Kill Mat, I've got Audio Apex, and I've got the Def Bonch. And the Def Bonch by far is thicker than all of them. It's probably better just because it's thicker, but at the end of the day, they're all butyl. They're all the same material. So you got to do your math on price point there, because if it takes 3 layers of Kill Mat, which the Kill Mat, you know, by the time you buy 3 boxes of it to equal the box of the Def Bonch expensive. You might be saving money, you might be losing money. Who knows? But at the end of the day, buy what you can afford if you're looking for deadener. As I said, I would recommend definitely going with the Vibraflex or Def Bonch Rigid, just because of what they do when they, you know, you get it on and hardened up. Be sure to prep the metal though, or wherever you're putting it. Like I see people pull their door panel off and basically just wipe the door down with a paper towel and try to put deadener on, and it's going to fall off. You know, on the inside of that door, they could get really dusty. You need to, like, alcohol is one of the best prep things ever. Go to Walmart, buy some 91% rubbing alcohol. Wipe the door out really good. Take a Scotch-Brite or a sandpaper. Just lightly scuff everything up. Wipe it out again with alcohol. Let the alcohol evaporate and slap the deadener on with a heat gun. It's going to be good, guys. If not, if you don't do good prep work, it's going to fall off. But really, that's all I got today. You know, I'm still working on things for the build. I got to take it to Billy Sunday. His neighbor's a windshield guy, so he's going to cut the windshield out for me, and then it's whenever he can do that, it'll probably be next week sometime, so I won't even really get to touch it this week. But after he gets the windshield out, I can fix all the stuff up there and weld everything back how I need it. You know, I'm starting to get parts for it. I got to do a bunch of recones, so I ordered the glue and everything I need for that. So right now, you guys that do big builds, you know it's just a waiting game. Especially by not being able to weld at home and take the windshield out myself, probably without breaking it. I'm relying on other people, which is no problem. I don't want to rush anything. I'm going to do new doors on the Jeep. So, I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I got to do. And then I got my regular, like, honey-do list. You know, I got to fix the wife's blazer. Wife's talking about me mowing the yard again. I just mowed that thing like 2 weeks ago. Like, literally, how often do people mow? God, I thought you could mow it like 3 times a summer and be done, but apparently not. Yeah, so it's going to take a while to get this build done. I'm hoping to have it done by the sundown show. So, fingers crossed, but I got a lot of stuff to do, guys. And I still ain't went and got wood yet. I got the price on wood, but I haven't got it yet. So I'm going to try to do that this weekend too. But anyway, guys, peace out. Thank y'all for watching my video. That wasn't even a tongue twister. I screwed that up. Thank y'all for watching my videos, guys. And thank you to my Patreon subscribers. I keep trying to throw content out there that I don't put on here for you guys. Make y'all feel a little special. It's just doing a full-time job, my honey-do list, and Yeah, different forms of social media. Sometimes I get wrapped up and don't have much time. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace out and base on.